I don't know if you guys may have noticed on any of my other videos, but I have a wicked looking scar on my windsurf board, and yeah, I kind of dropped it on the pavement, and the expletives that come from my mouth could be heard suburbs away. And so I had to learn how to fix my board, because like I wasn't going to pay someone to do it, because I knew I was going to do it again one day and want to know how to fix boards properly. So and this is, I think this is a really good job. I've fully fiberglassed this, and I'm not going to go through the complete fiberglassing process in this video, which I may do again, but I just want to actually talk about another little repair that I'm doing. And this one is actually by design. So this is my daggerboard slot, and I was really unhappy that this had a huge sort of gap in it where water was basically going straight underneath the rubber here, and so I started to fill it up with epoxy, and right now I'm actually going to fill up this slot here as a demo. So let's go over to my nice tidy shed and show you the epoxy I use. So GoPro off my head. So this is the one I'm using. It's called West System 105 epoxy resin, 105 Part A, and I bought this here in South Australia, and this is the hardener. So, and this is 205 Part B. So you mix it up, 4 parts to resin and 1 part to hardener. So because I'm only going to do a little repair, I'm going to use a pipette. Okie doke. So I've just paused the video and I actually mixed up a bit more. I doubled the quantity of the epoxy. Now the next thing I'm going to add is this, okay, microspheres, and they are little glass beads, a thickening additive mixed with West System Epoxy to create a filling and covering material with excellent gap properties. Now don't breathe this stuff in, right? So basically it's like, it just pours out like water, but it's actually little glass particles. Oosh, comes out really quick, like so. And then you mix it up, the beads into the epoxy, and it makes it thicker. Okay, now it's like toothpaste, and then we can go for it. So what I'm going to demonstrate here is just filling up this gap. So here we are. Just stir it a bit more. Good stir. It's quite thick now, and I'm just using just going to drop it into this gap. So this is the back of the daggerboard rubber, and I kind of don't like this gap here because I want this to be all nice and smooth, and the smoother it is, the faster I'm going to glide. Now it's going to, oh, you know what, it's going to make such a tiny difference, but the thing is, once you sort of start touching your board with epoxy, you just sort of see little opportunities to do it again. And look at that, that's looking quite nice already. And you know, obviously it's not ideal to be working on your board like this, but it is kind of inevitable, because you know you are going to get dings, right? And it's very annoying, and they're very easy to fix. In fact, I had another one over here. This is a tiny ding, indentation, and I also had another crack here develop on the bottom of the board. This one here is the big one I was working on, and you know, it's pretty easy to sand back. Like, I've got a bit of a bubble here, but you know, I can just sand that back. And because you know, you got to keep things watertight, because if your board leaks, and I reckon this has leaked, and I'll even actually show you where. Like, I actually think inside here I've had a leak, and so what I've done, I don't know if you can see that, I've actually dropped epoxy down this gap, because along the edge there, I reckon I could see a crack, and I noticed my board was getting a little bit heavy and filling up with water, I believe, after I was windsurfing. So I decided to get into it, and from now on, you know, I keep a good eye out on the board for little problems, because as I said, they're really expensive, and you know, if they fill up with water too much, it's really hard to fix them. So there you go, that's a little video on how to epoxy up your board and keep it in tip-top condition.